I'm going to say something that will shock you. You don't need a why. You've probably heard it 100 times. Find your why, know your why, you have to have a why. But today I want to offer you something deeper and honestly something that is so much more real. You don't need a why. And in fact, trying to find your why might be the very thing that's slowing you down, distracting you, and keeping you trapped in this cycle of needing justification, all in a desperate, unconscious attempt to find permission to do what you want to do. All you really need, all you actually need, is one thing. A knowing that you're meant to be, do, or have that thing. A knowing that you've been placed on this earth for a reason. A knowing that you've been preparing for this moment, this decision, this action for your entire life. It's your vision, it's your calling, it's your purpose. So what's the problem with wanting to know your why? Well, a lot of people actually don't want a why, they want permission. And that permission is dressed up as a why. They want a reason that it makes it okay to do what they feel called to do. I want to start a business because I want freedom. I want to speak on stage because I want to inspire people. I want to make millions because I want to help my family. All of this is valid, but sometimes that's not the real reason. Sometimes you want it because it's meant for you, because something in your bones just knows this is mine. And if you feel like you need to dress it up with logic or justification for yourself or for the world, then try and reflect on which part of you might actually be seeking validation. Reflect on the part of you that is disconnected from trusting yourself because you've spent years, maybe even decades, abandoning yourself to live for other people. And so the very idea of living for yourself taunts you inside. It's incredibly unfamiliar. It's unsafe for you. And although you actually have that deep knowing inside of you that you're here to create something huge for your life, you second guess it because it feels selfish or because it takes so much courage for you to decide this for yourself rather than letting other people or society decide for you. Or maybe you're so used to shrinking yourself so that others feel more comfortable with your existence that the idea of being all of yourself is a terrifying thing. And trust me, I get it. I really, really get it. But that internal knowing is all the validation you need to know that that life is yours. It's what you came here for. It's what you're built for. It's what you're uniquely designed for. So I don't want the why to become a distraction for you. I don't want you to waste your time seeking justification for something that just is. Your purpose is, your vision is, that knowing is. Connect with it, embrace it, build a relationship with it. Use that knowing as all the permission, validation, and evidence you need to go and create. As humans, we get so obsessed with trying to find the meaning in everything. We're meaning-making machines, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're designed that way. It's just that in certain contexts, it can act as a limitation. It can be a glass ceiling. In this context, for example, the meaning is that you're placed on this earth for a very specific intent, to live out and fulfill a purpose and to follow what lights you up inside. It is the most grand meaning of all. And trying to define or limit that meaning further through trying to identify your why can be the very thing that disrupts you from going for it, from going for what you want. This is what happens when we try and find our why, is we try and define it and limit it and try and make meaning of something so we can understand it. But what if we're not meant to understand it? What if we just know that it's what we're here to do or become in this lifetime, and that we get to follow that wave into all the spaces and places it takes us without limiting it through logic and justification? What if trying to make sense of something that your future self is leading you toward is the thing that's actually blocking you from it because you can't truly make sense of a version of your life that you're still in the process of co-creating? Trying to find the why can become a desperate attempt to rationalize what feels irrational, to explain your calling in a way that your current reality and your current self can understand, that other people can understand. And maybe this is what's derailing you. I also want to share an additional perspective on this. Sometimes the why only reveals itself in retrospect. Sometimes you don't know why you want to create something at first, and then when it's in full momentum, or even if it's come to completion, you can look back and say, that's why. And trying to articulate a why can sometimes shrink the size of your vision before you even begin, because now you're trying to fit something that's soul-sized into a sentence. You're taking something divine, expansive, multi-dimensional, and you're putting it into a box that makes it digestible for yourself and others. What if it's not supposed to make sense? What if it's just supposed to move you? When you're operating from a deep internal pull, from soul, from source, from knowing, all you need is trust and the courage to move. I feel like the frequency of people who go big in life, they don't need a why. They are the why. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some inspiration and momentum to move and have the courage to move. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.